Hello, brothers and sisters in Heartdwellers Family. May the Lord give us all the grace to be slow to speak and even slower to presume and judge. So, family, our group had a little speed bump in the road, if I may call it that, when last week one of the intercessors expressed believing in a doctrine I felt wasn't biblical. I immediately addressed in the entire group this error in the most loving way that I could because it really concerned me, but afterwards kept mulling over it if I had done the right thing. Then another one of the intercessors, who's a precious young teenager, expressed his love for anime, and immediately some of us felt that it wasn't a good idea for him to watch things like that because it opens the door to demonic influences, since many of the creatures are from different dimensions with powers. It didn't sit well at all, so we expressed our disapproval of that to him, which hurt his feelings. He told us later, and I apologized because we shared our thoughts out of love for him. However, I realized I never really went to the Lord about it and started thinking, did I presume and just jump on him? I think I did. Then I've been living now with a new roommate, Mother Magdalene, who'll be going with me to Ghana. She shared her testimony on the channel, from being an Illuminati slave to a priest. The Lord has her writing her autobiography and wants it completed before we leave. So I have the wonderful task of helping her to be diligent and keeping her focused and on track to get things done. However, I noticed I was getting frustrated at times when I would give her a set task on completing the book and she would go off to do something else. So I told myself I would be on her like white on rice to help her get this book done, because when she fell off track, it would take time to get her back on again and take me away from what I was doing. So with that said, I was concerned about our group, these precious souls, and my sister, wondering if she was also ready for our mission in Ghana. I was also feeling wobbly again in my leadership ability, wondering if I did the right thing with these two situations that occurred. I decided to get a Rhema reading from John C. Maxwell, How Successful People Lead, a book given to me by Mother Claire. And the Rhema the Lord gave me was an ouch, which I didn't expect. And it read, on one side of the page, ego, and the other control. The one that mentioned ego asks these questions. Do your team members share their thoughts and ideas freely? Are the best ideas coming from others? If you often contribute your ideas, does the discussion quickly move from your idea to the best idea, and are you happy about it? Now consider what happens when your team performs. When your team succeeds, do the other team members get the majority of the credit? Is there a shared sense of pride in the work that's being done? When things go wrong, do you personally accept the greatest share of the blame? If you can honestly answer yes to these questions, ego may not be a problem. So I thought to myself honestly, and answered yes to pretty much all these questions. I hope the rest of the group feels that way. So that didn't really resonate with me. But on the next page, titled Control, I thought, oh boy, Lord. And it read, many insecure workers try to avoid making mistakes by doing as little as possible or by trying to keep a low profile. Insecure leaders, on the other hand, often deal with the issue by relying on control. They think if they micromanage their people, they can keep them from making mistakes. But progress comes only from taking risks and making mistakes. Good leaders forge ahead, break ground, and make mistakes. Since you can't prevent mistakes, why not adopt an attitude in which you and your team learn from them? That's the only way anyone can really profit from mistakes anyway. Don't try to put people in a box. Try to help them make the most of their fumbles, flops, and failures. A leader's role is not to control people or stay on top of things, but rather guide, energize, and excite. Immediately I saw myself in this and told Mother Magdalene to read in and asked her, do you think I'm controlling or overbearing? She said, you do guide, you energize, and you excite. And I love how you are on me about my book, because I can be lazy. But you are on me a little too much. You can back up a little. And we both looked at each other and bust out laughing because it's so true. I had been micromanaging her for sure. However, I came before the Lord feeling a bit down, as the enemy, of course, pelted me with all sorts of arrows to make me utterly discouraged. But the song Jesus sang over me during my worship time really encouraged me, as I came before him after praying, saying, "Good morning." That reading today gave me a sucker punch, and I began feeling insecure about my leadership ability and feeling so discouraged, Lord. Thank you for picking me up with the songs and the Rhema cards about victory and praising you in advance. It's been a long road, and my hope has been waning, Lord. But I do pray that victory is indeed around the corner. Jesus, what's on your heart? Jesus began, "Your future is bright, and so is that of your children. There's no need to worry about things you can't see or figure out now. Continue to put your trust in me." And at this point, we had a visitor come in the room, and I was just having a hard time hearing and connecting with anything else Jesus wanted to say. I tried going outside to type, but then the dogs came, and I just wanted to give up after the first sentence. But I thought to myself, no, you have to press in. So I came back into the room and waited again on the Lord. Jesus began again. "Press in, beloved, press in. I always wait to speak with you. Many distractions don't pull me away or cause me to shy away from speaking to you. I just wait until your mind and heart are at peace so that you can hear me clearly. I know you are in need of words of encouragement, so I want to give them to you, beloved. You're a wonderful mother and a maturing leader. Embrace every mistake, beloved, not only within yourself, but with others and those I've entrusted to your care. When you embrace your faults and mistakes, it gives them room to do the same, and they are then clearly able to see the mercy I bestow on all those I've called to shepherd and lead. So when I raise them up, they will not shy away from their faults and weaknesses, but rather wholly trust in my mercy to lead and guide them and those I've given to them. You will be departing soon, my little one, and I want you to be excited about that. All that you have in store ahead of you, and those who will be going with you and joining you there. There is no need to continuously worry about them, or if they're prepared. It is by your prayers for them that will prepare them and your love. I will not send anyone out there with you who's not matured in hearing my voice through you and willing to be teachable and led. Those whom I've called and are waiting, it is for a good reason. Many things in their character still need to be formed and matured a bit before I send them out. Continue to instruct, teach, lead, and love, and all will be well. And I said, Lord, thank you for these words of encouragement. Thank you so much, Jesus. It truly does give me peace. Do you have a word for our flock? Then I heard Blessed Mother speak instead. Our Mother of Mercy began, "My beloved little daughter, you have not come to me to hear my words of wisdom and counsel. Would both like for you to persevere in this. I too wait to speak with you and have much to tell our little ones. You're so precious." And I could sense her just hugging me and kissing my forehead. I would like to talk to our little ones about judgments, rash judgments, and presumption of others. That is the fastest way to kill the bonds of brotherly love, when you're continuously judging each other's actions and even motives. That is only for the Lord to judge. You will be amazed when you stand before heaven, and the many things you have judged, deemed to be ill will intended or wrong, were not at all done with that motive in mind. But you judge erroneously that person, thereby wounding them and yourself in the process. Judgment is a double-edged sword, for you stab your neighbor with your negative thoughts and leave a wide open door for the enemy to come and stab you with his poison. These are lessons now that must be brought to the light, so it doesn't affect your community. Having always a strong opinion, strong desire, strong preferences to the way you want things done, or the way you perceive things to be, will also hurt you and others. My dear children, you're called to a life of self-denial daily, to pick up your cross and follow Jesus. That is not just reproaches, scorn, sicknesses, pain, and inconveniences, but that is also your self-will and your self-love. To continue to question or have an opinion about a directive given to you by the Lord and by those He has put over you will only dwarf your growth spiritually. When you can't seem to reconcile what's being asked of you or what is being instructed, come to me, my beloved ones, and take it to the Lord in prayer, waiting patiently on Him to bring you clarity and peace as you submit to those He's put to shepherd you. Many times your shepherd has been anointed to see from our vantage point and perspective in which you cannot see. So to resist their counsel means to resist the Lord. They were put in place for your protection, your formation, to help you walk into the amazing destinies we have for you. Brotherly love is the greatest deterrent against this, deferring to one another, understanding the perspectives of others, because each person carries their own past, own wounds, which has formed their thinking and defenses. So you must be gentle with one another, not so quick to respond, cast your opinion, or give your suggestions without thoroughly putting yourself in the other person's shoes and taking it first to the Lord in prayer to gain His perspective before you respond. You do not want to injure the little ones or one another, and doing this practice will help you greatly. This can be applied to your own families, your relationships, and even in your workplace. So every morning, clothe yourself with heartfelt mercy, compassion, kindness, patience, bearing with one another, and forgiving each other quickly, as the Father has forgiven you. And you will imitate Christ more and more, for He is the perfect model. This community will become that of a replica of the Holy Family, a community of lovers of Jesus and lovers of their neighbor, walking in virtue and love of each other, mothers and fathers who honor and respect one another, and teach the children to be docile and grow in the fear of the Lord, where all things will be reserved to God, for God, and with God, where brotherly love, charity, and faith will reign supreme in all relationships, as Jesus in the Eucharist becomes the center of all things. You are a mother. And that was the end of our Mother of Mercy's message, and Jesus' message as well. Thank you, family. Please pray for me and pray for our group. Thank you so much for donations and your support and your prayers for the City of God community. Thank you so much for backing us up and walking alongside us in this journey. So excited to jump with you guys as well as we head to Ghana very soon. God bless you until the next message. Bye.